Hello friends, and welcome back once again to my channel Divine Traveler, the tale behind the stone walls. This is episode number 21, and in this episode I cover one of the most fascinating days of the entire journey, dividing it into three parts. I cover the temples near Hassan, beginning with one of the temples which is the epitome of architectural brilliance, one which I visited first in 2015, then again on 2015, and now in 2023, a temple which became an inspiration for me to take the journey of exploring the ancient heritages, the Chennakesava Temple at Beluru and the Hoyasaleshwara Temple at Halebeedu. Covering day number 62, we covered Chennakesava Temple at Beluru, Hoyasaleshwara Temple at Halebeedu, Kedareshwara Temple and Jain Basadi at Halebeedu, Lakshmi Narasimha Temple at Javagal, Sri Chennakesava Temple at Arakeri, Chandramoleshwara Temple at Arsikeri, Jain Basadi at Arsikeri, and Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Temple at Haranahalli. This is part 1, and in this I begin with the temples of Beluru and Halebeedu. Beluru, also known as Velapuri, is situated on the banks of Yagachi River and was one of the capitals of the Hoysala Empire and lies in Hassan district. The city is renowned for its magnificent Hoysala temple complex, the Chennakesava Temple, also called Vijayanarayana Temple, which was built by Hoysala king Vishnuvardhana to commemorate his victory over the Cholas in 1116 AD. The temple was repeatedly damaged and plundered during wars, repeatedly rebuilt and repaired over its history. Dedicated to Chennakesava, a form of Vishnu, the temple is one of the supreme examples of Bharatiya art and sculpture 1000 years ago, under the Hoysala patronage. Known to be the best amongst all Hoysala temples, each and every corner of the temple is dedicated to architectural brilliance and marvel. The star-shaped temple was built over a period of 103 years. Talking on detailed description of the temple will take unlimited amount of time, so I will describe the temple in brief. There are around 118 inscriptions found in the temple which provide a history of the temple, grants made to the temple for its maintenance, and many other information. The Chennakesava complex at Beluru consists of a 443.5 feet and 396 feet court with several Hindu temples and minor shrines inside and walled compound. The compound is entered from east through a gopuram added during the repairs of the Vijayanagara Empire era. At the entrance facing of the temple is towering gopura and a magnificent sculpture of Garuda, Lord Vishnu's carrier. The temple stands on the Jagati or Pradakshina or circumambulation and has exquisite artwork on its outer walls adorned with bracket figures depicting the Puranas and epics, all carved to perfection. The visitor sees numerous artwork during the circumambulation of the temple over the Jagati platform in horizontal bands. The lower frieze has series of charging elephants and horses. The elephants symbolize courage while the horses are for speed. Just outside is an interesting piece of sculpture called the gravity pillar, which is carved out of a single rock and stands on its own weight. People can actually swipe a piece of paper across it. The bottom band is of elephants with different expressions as symbolic supporters of the entire structure. Above it is an empty layer followed by a comice work with the periodic lion face. Above it is another band of scroll and then comice band, except at the back of the temple where a row of horsemen in various riding positions are depicted. The fifth carved band is of small figurines, mostly females with various expressions facing the viewer, while periodically the band includes yakshas who face towards inside of the temple. The band above has pilasters, between some of which are carved secular figures, mostly females and couples. A nature and creepers band wraps the temple around the pilaster band, with scenes of Ramayana epic included in this band. Above the layer are scenes from common life depicting Kama, Artha and Dharma. Included here are couples in courtship, eroticism and sexual scenes, followed by couples with children, economic and festive activities. Towards the north, outer wall friezes with scenes from Mahabharata are portrayed. Equally impressive are the temples of Kappe, Chinnigaraya, Soumyanaki, Andal, and other Vaishnava manifestations which surround the main temple. The craftsmanship inside is much finer than outside. There are more than 80 Madanika sculptures in the temple dancing, hunting, standing under canopies of trees, and so on. The four Madanika figures striking elegant dance poses on the wonderfully engraved columns of Navaranga are unique creations of Hoysala workmanship. The Garbhagriha is stellar in shape and its zigzag walls making the figures of 24 forms of Vishnu look different at different times of the day due to light. The Chennakesava Temple has three entrances and their doorways have decorated sculptures called Dwarpalikas, doorkeepers on either side. The center hall Navaranga was originally open on all sides except the west where the sanctum is, but all sides were later closed with perforated screens. This reduced the amount of light significantly, and the intricate artwork is difficult to appreciate without secondary light. The sanctum has a magnificent 3.7-meter tall image of Lord Vijayanarayana in black stone. The Prabhavali of this idol has 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu wrought very perfectly. The doorway with the Dwarpalakas is very elegantly carved. The Garbhagriha is stellar in shape and its zigzag walls make the figures of 24 forms of Lord Vishnu look different at different times of the day due to the light and shade effect. The bracket figures of Madanika or celestial nymphs are elaborately done with even water drops chiseled to perfection. One can see the lathe turned pillars highly polished and intricate carvings even in the dark, and no pillars are alike. The Narsimha pillar, it seems, was built to rotate on its base. The Mohini pillar is the most beautiful among the pillars. A unique aspect of this is the artist has left a small space blank. It is believed that it is a challenge to others to do a better carving to convey that art never dies as it is infinite. The Navaranga Hall has 48 pillars. All except the central four are carved in a unique way. The central four are later additions added in 1381 CE during Vijayanagara Empire era to support the internal structure of a damaged temple. In the center of the hall is a large open square above which is a domed ceiling about 10 feet in diameter and 6 feet deep. The top is a lotus bud with Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva carved on it. At the bottom of the dome is a series of friezes and Ramayana stories. Talking about the architecture, the Hoysalas used soft soapstones for their structures as they were found suitable for intricate carvings, enclosed by a prakara with gopura built at Vijayanagara style. The temple stands on the platform of Jagati and looks like a huge casket. The fine workmanship and skill visible in the masterpiece is truly breathtaking. The temple was built by craftsmen Dasoja and Chavana, a father and son duo hailing from Balinganve, a center of Kalyani Chalukya art in Shimoga district. The temple had a tower which was repeatedly damaged and destroyed, rebuilt, and restored in the 19th century restorations. The temple was left without a tower. The description of the temple cannot be completed in a simple video. One need to visit the temple in order to understand the feel and brilliance. Our next temple, the Hoyasaleshwara Temple at Halebeedu. Another significance of brilliance, Hoyasaleshwara Temple is a 900-year-old monument in Halebeedu or Dwarasamudra, the capital of Hoysalas. Dedicated to Lord Shiva, the temple is filled with intricate carvings and engraved sculptures. The shrine is built on an elevated star-shaped platform and displays beautiful scrollwork in stone. The temple traces its past back to 1121 AD, and the whole complex seems to take us back to 900 years. Halebeedu was the former capital of Hoysala Empire and was earlier known as Dora Samudra as per inscriptions. The temple was built on the banks of a large man-made lake and sponsored by King Vishnuvardhana of the Hoysala Empire. Although a Shaiva monument, yet the temple reverentially includes many themes from Vaishnavism and Shaktism, tradition of Hinduism, as well as images of Jainism. The temple is a twin temple dedicated to Hoyasaleshwara and Santeshwara Shivalingas. named after the masculine and feminine aspects, both equal and joined at their transept. It has two Nandi shrines outside, where each seated Nandi face the respective Shivalinga inside. The temple includes a smaller sanctum for the Hindu sun god Surya. It once had superstructure towers, but no longer, and the temple looks flat. The temple faces east, though the monument is presently visited from north side. Both the main temples and the Nandi shrines are based on a square plan. The temple was carved from soapstone. This twin shrine temple is perhaps the largest Shiva temple built by the Hoysalas. Its base consists of 8 rows of friezes carved with elephants, lions, horses, and floral scrolls. Its walls are adorned with intricately carved Hindu deities, sages, stylized animals, birds, and friezes depicting the life of Hoysala kings. Imagery from epics like Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Bhagavad Gita adorn the outer walls with highly ornate temple doorways. It is believed that no other temple in the country captures the Indian epics as elegantly as Hoyasaleshwara Temple. The Nandi Mandapa is positioned right in front of the temple, wherein there is a huge Nandi richly decorated with stone ornaments. Behind this is a shrine dedicated to Surya with a 2-meter tall image. There are exquisite carvings in the interiors of the temple as well. The most striking item is the highly polished lathe turned pillars. The artwork in Hoysaleshwara temple is damaged but largely intact. Within a few kilometers of the temple are numerous ruins of Hoysala architecture, including the Jain Basadi complex and the Kedareshwara temple. An inscription found 5 kilometers from the temple site near Kalleshwara temple ruins in Ghattadahalli states that Ketamalla, officer in the envoy of King Vishnuvardhana, constructed this temple. It also notes that the king made grants of lands to support the construction. The operation and the maintenance of the Shiva temple in Saka 1043 or 1121 CE. The inscription suggests that the capital consisted of numerous other temples, both of Hinduism and Jainism traditions, along with stepwells, ponds, and mantapas in the vicinity of the large Dora Samudra lake. Historically, the Hoysala Empire and its capital Dora Samudra was invaded, plundered, and destroyed in the early 14th century by Delhi Sultanate armies of Alauddin Khilji, with Beluru and Halebeedu becoming the target of the plunder and destruction in 1326 CE by another Delhi Sultanate army of Sultan Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The territory was taken over by Vijayanagara Empire. The Hoysala kingdom came to the end in mid 14th century when King Ballala III was killed in war with the Muslim army of Madurai Sultanate. Dura Samudra and its temples became ruins, the capital abandoned, and the site became known as Halebeedu, literally old camp of capital. About 300 of the original Hoysala Empire's temples survives in different states of damage scattered around Karnataka. So, friends, with this, I come to the end of part 1 of episode number 21. I do hope you enjoyed this part. Please continue watching the remaining parts of this episode too. Till then, take care of yourself and bye for now.